Hello and welcome to today's edition of the Listening Lounge. My name is Nick Day and I'm CEO of JGA Recruitment Group, and we're specialist payroll and HR recruiters. Now, they say the quieter we are, the more we hear, and that listening is the secret to discovering the greatest of stories. So sit back, relax, and enjoy today's fantastic guest. I'm bringing you a guest who is extremely passionate about breaking down barriers and paving the way for women in business. I'm actually joined by Burcin Ressamoglu, who is CEO at Sodexo. She's a strong advocate for diversity, equity, and inclusion. In fact, she's a steering member of the Sodexo Global Gender Equality Advisory Board, which is called So Together, where she actively leads the gender equality policies of Sodexo. Relatively recently, you stood up against your own board members, didn't you, to talk about, well, almost demanding that action was taken to improve the diversity and imbalance of the C-suite. Tell us a little bit about the challenge you had to face and the bravery, I guess, the courage you had to show in order to demand that kind of action.
What I can say you, I am more than 25 years in my career, and last, I think, more than 15 years, I am on the leadership positions, and I tried still to really fight for recognizing that people recognize me. They respect me not because I am a Burcin or the title, for what I do, what I achieve. And that makes me really still feel aware that I need to do more, or we as all the leaders has to do more to make sure gender equality is not just the numbers, also the mindset, the inclusive culture, and it is really working. It should be. And coming back, a lot of challenges. I can give you one example. For example, I was assigned from Turkey to China for a business development director role for APR. And it was a big corporate company. I used to work before Sodexo. And I had so much resistance from the leadership team, even the Asia Pacific president, who was really challenging me as a woman with 2 kids married. How can you manage such a big business scope in 10 countries? It was so frustrating, and I never gave up. I really tried to be confident and to secure these biases are not personal to me, that's a different thing. So what I did is really I kept fighting, I kept working, delivering the outcomes, what is expected as a business. But the funny thing was, that was the moment of my life, I can tell you. 2 years later, the same president offered me a much more senior role in his team. That time I told him, you made my day, and he didn't understand because I didn't accept the role for a different reason. He said, why are you so happy because you do not accept it? I said, 2 years before you were challenging me, you were questioning me, so today you made my day. Those were a lot of that kind of challenges, but when I see this is happening, it drives me much more to work harder, to be more confident and not really blocking myself with all these unconscious or conscious bias wherever I have to face.
What's really interesting for me, as particularly for those that may be following this on video rather than audio, but I think it would still come through in audio, is your energy and your tone changed when you actually told that story of when he came back and offered you the role. So I can still see that resonates deeply with you there. That was something where, in order to create change, we've got to raise awareness. Awareness creates insights. Insights then lead to action. It sounds like over that 2-year journey, that particular director became more aware of your capabilities, that you weren't restricted by your gender or by your family commitments. You could deliver. That's the key. This outcomes here, and you managed to deliver. And then he came back and under this insight and action offered you a promotion. So congratulations on that. You state that your purpose is to encourage young women's empowerment for gender equality. Tell me a little bit more about that, because not many people are actually in tune with their purpose. We're very familiar with our company mission statements. Not many people create mission statements for themselves. So I'd love to expand on that.
This is one of my key initiatives I'm doing across my company, but also beyond in the communities where I am active. In the past, I was very active in the Turkish community, now also in the UK. So I believe in role modeling and leading by example, and that makes me also inspired in my past career. So I really put a lot of time, resources, and attention to coach, to mentor the talented women, not only in my organization where we have a lot of platforms for that and I put my time, but also outside of the organization, we find either with an NGO or in different ways, we find some talented and ambitious women where they need some confidence, some encouragement, or some technical support. It might be leadership support, soft skills, confidence, or anything about the business, environment. I take my time. I take 6 to 8 months, regularly meet with them, mostly online, and I really try to support them on their growth, either on their career ambitions, career plans, or on their challenges within their business life. And you know what? That is one of the main driver of my whatever I do. When you see some people are growing and you have one small drop on their growth or on their career journey, that makes me really so happy. That is such a kind of fulfillment I cannot share with you. Unfortunately, I have not unfortunately, I have 2 daughters, but they hate me mentoring them. So unfortunately, I cannot mentor them or coach them. But other than this, they're friends, and so I really enjoy. It's not mentoring in terms of explaining them or giving some tutoring, really life experience. They share with me their challenges, and I try them to find their right path, how they can overcome those barriers.
When we talk about diversity and inclusion, Burcin, I think most people would agree that it's a good thing. You would like to think, everyone says, yes, it's important to me. And yet actually, when you dig beneath the surface and you ask them the question of why, suddenly you can often see a blank face, or they struggle to articulate. They know it is important, but they don't necessarily have a strong enough why or understanding behind why they're trying to make these initiatives. And I think a lot of the time that's why they often fail. They do it to tick a box. They do it because they think they should, but they don't really understand why it's actually incredibly important that we make these changes now. So I wanted, from someone who's had this lived-in experience that you have, and someone who's been so passionate about making these changes, if I was to ask you what the why was behind why we should be striving for more diversity and inclusion in the workplace, what would you say?
Today, I have to say the awareness is really getting more and more important and higher across the world. It's not only US, UK,
Sure.
Europe, also across the world. Is it enough or not? That's a different question. But also there are so many surveys from very credible organizations, companies, that data shows a strong correlation between diversity and business financial and non-financial performances are strongly correlated. So there is no question mark that diverse teams, not only in gender, also in other aspects, are more innovative, more efficient, and more successful. So I believe people are aware about the situation more and more. But still, when it comes to your business as usual, unfortunately, the unconscious bias, we did this and we used to do this and we continue because it used to work. People are time to time getting not very clearly strong enough to build this DNA within their business strategy. I think it is one of the priorities. It is not an HR topic. It's not my CEO topic because I am a woman. It's a business topic, and it is imperative. All our consumers are, diverse. So we have to adapt this to us. And there is no way out, it's of course a social topic as well. But we should not do this because it is a social topic. It is important for your success, for the well-being of your employees, for their efficiency, and making sure that you have different perspectives to feed the business to make the right steps. So that's why I would say wherever I go, I try to challenge also time to time I have to challenge my organization as well. Although Sodexo is gender and diversity is a DNA of this company, but time to time it is so business oriented, too many market issues, challenges, then this becomes secondary. But if you bring it not only internally, also externally, when you partner with your business clients or consumers or your suppliers, and this is part of it, that makes a difference. It's not only for your employees, for all the stakeholders, then it brings much more to the society and community. So that's why I am a vocal ambassador. It's not only internally or with you and external. When I have to partner with the new client, I immediately bring this back, how it's going on, how we can do it more, how we can go to our clients together for a diversified, solutions, etc. So this should be part of your, DNA and business strategy, not a tool as an enabler.
Thank you for joining me on today's episode of The Listening Lounge. My name is Nick Day, and remember, every great conversation starts with great listening. Till next time.